Good day, this is the meeting of the Acushnet Board of Assessors. Today is January 26, 2022. It is now 4:06 PM. I make a motion to open the meeting.
Motion to open.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
A recording of the meeting is also posted on the Town of Acushnet YouTube channel. Minutes for, introduce yourself. From you, Lee.
Library of Source.
Nicole Packer.
Kelly Costa.
Mark Senorizio.
Matt Lopes.
With that, gentlemen, have you had the opportunity to read the minutes for January 5th, 2021, open and executive session?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. With that, I'll hand it over to you, Kelly.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow the agenda topics in order. This is basically just a review and reminder of the first three items. The fiscal '22 tax rates, of course, were set back in December. That's why the tax bills went out in January. With the residential being $13.27 per thousand, commercial, industrial, personal property $17.18 per thousand, with the ratification of a 25% tax shift by the Board of Selectmen back in November. Also, as a reminder to taxpayers, the real estate and personal property bills were mailed out December 31st. That mailing has both the third and fourth quarter installments. They were mailed together, but again, with two separate due dates. Abatements can be filed with the Board of Assessors for real estate and personal property from 1/1/22. The deadline for filing is 2/1/22 at 4 p.m. Applications are available in the office and will be made available on the town's website, and I believe they are. To download, if you have any questions, you may contact the office and we can discuss it with you as well. As a reminder, abatement should be filed not because of the fact you feel your taxes are too high. The Board of Assessors deals with value. If you feel that your value inappropriately or non-proportionately or not fairly and equitably, then you should file with the assessors. As for personal property, it's just that it's inventory. If you do not have that inventory, January 1 of '21, please come in and file the abatement. That is your opportunity to remedy that with the Board of Assessors as well. I want to make that perfectly clear because I think it gets confused out in the public that the assessors are the ones that raise the tax dollar. The assessors are responsible for the value of the real property, and the value of the real property is obtained through analysis of sales. In this particular case, it was sales that took place in calendar 2020 and the beginning of 21, which did see an uptick in the market, but not as dramatic as obviously we saw throughout calendar 21. So just keep that in mind. Basically taxes should be based on value that is 10% plus or minus the full and fair market value that's currently happening in the community.
I just explained that to someone recently, that the dollar value is down, but the rate, the final payment is up.
Right.
You know, the 1365, whatever it is less than last year, but the payments will go up because of the, you know, values go up.
No, and the value went
It's
up, and the
confusing
tax
thing,
rate
but
went
again, it's a lot
down.
of people, yeah.
But the bottom line is, if it's the whatever spent at town meeting, the town's budget
The budget,
is what draws the tax dollar. And
salary,
Acushnet,
budget, yeah.
the whole budget, the town's operational budget, not just the omnibus budget. The town as a whole, our setup in this community is about half of our $34 million budget. Let's take, for example, FY '22. Approximately $17 million comes from taxation. So half of our operating budget is on the tax side. The other $17 million to make the 34 is from miscellaneous fees and fees that they obtain from other services, motor vehicle, permitting, things of that nature. So that's quite a big number, a hefty, substantial number that's put on the real estate owners and the taxpayers of the town. 100% agreed, but just to keep in mind how that number is gotten to is by what the town spends. That $34 million has to be had, so it impacts the tax rate. Right, now that I gave my little lesson.
Plus the 94% residential.
No, we're a little less now for burden of
92.
value.
92 went down,
No,
yeah.
we're around at 90 because personal
Wow.
property has
Yeah.
gone up in value, so the burden
Wow, that's a little bit different.
takes it right off.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
And just keep in
That's what
mind,
the people want. Everybody wants open space, everybody wants to.
no, we're talking about like the personal property for the utility companies where we're getting that big growth number.
Versus
Oh, we
the
got it
residential,
last year. Now the distribution of value, now that it's set and not new growth, will be affected in perpetuity, so it kind of disperses the 92% off the residential tax and almost lowers it to 90, almost lowers it 2%. It's quite a substantial number, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
it's a,
Yeah,
almost,
so-
I mean, very close to 100% all residential, yeah.
Yes,
But it does have to
exactly.
do with open space, like you say, also too, when people want bigger lots and,
Hey, it's a
we're not
beautiful
gonna stuff
town,
a
you gotta pay
million
for it.
houses in here to, yeah.
If that's what you want, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but true.
Yep.
All right, as a reminder, I'm on number 4, to taxpayers that file personal exemptions for real estate, those are the service-connected disability veterans, the blind, the elderly widow, things of that nature. For repeat applicants, we did send out reminders, but as a reminder for anybody that may think that they are qualified for this year, they may come in. The deadline is April 1st. If you have any questions, again, contact the office and we can give you a more thorough explanation. Another mailing that went out from our office was the FY 2023 forms of list, which is basically to those accounts that are personal property accounts for list of inventory and status and information, and those are due back on March 1st. Also in January, the income and expense forms went out to commercial and industrial mixed-use properties. And again, this income and expense is just that. We find out this information to take another cognitive approach to value other than being sales. We use the income approach once we have that information and it's available to us by those particular taxpayers. The preliminary budget. You all have a copy of the preliminary budget. I have been asked by the Finance Committee and Town Accountant to present 2 types of budgets. They wanted a level funded budget, besides for contractual obligations, salaries are not touched yet, and they wanted a level service budget. A level service budget they define as maybe as the possibility of adding on the expenditure side for the services we had pre-COVID, such as an increase of travel and training and testing, things of that nature. They want us to almost put back in our budget where they were overlooked in the after the COVID-19 era or the spike of the era in 2020 and 2021. These are 2, again, preliminary budgets. They're a draft. They're only used for internal purposes. They're just for review. I am vetted to go in front of the Finance Committee for February 2nd, 2022 at approximately 7 p.m. I will be doing that. I just wanted the board as a whole, if we need to go into executive session for more sensitive information that's on here, we can, but overall, this is the information I'll be presenting on
Yeah,
February
that's
2nd.
fine, yeah.
Gentlemen, you okay with that?
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Okay.
Good.
That's all I have for open session. We have issues to review in executive session, then to vote and accept in open thereafter. We can also set the next meeting date for March 2nd, 2022 at 4 p.m.
Sounds good.
Okay.
With that, make a motion to close open session and go into executive session and reconvene into open session.
Make that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. With that, we'll go into executive session, we'll be back. Back from executive session, is there a motion to go from executive session and reconvene into open session?
Make that motion, sure.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Make a motion to accept and vote and sign the items as follows. FY 2022 personal exemptions.
Nope.
Oh, these don't, wrong file,
You
sorry.
got it.
Next date, next graph. It's all right.
Monthly list and report, MV abatements, January 2022. Monthly list and report of real estate abatements, January 2022. Monthly list and report of personal property abatements, January 2022. Minutes, open session, 1/5/22, we did that. Warrant MV 2022-1, warrant MV 2021-6. Is there a motion?
Make a
Motion. Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. With that, our next meeting will be on March 2nd at 4 p.m., same time, same place. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
Nope, we're good.
With that, is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you, folks. Have a great night.